Like no matter what, a person will always, have to sell a property. So buying property under market value usually boils down to two main things, which is even when you go on holiday, sometimes you get bored and you want to feel like you're progressing somehow in life and doing something productive. Whether you buy 2, 3, 4, 5 or 10 or more properties, like you buy, the more options they give you. A lot of properties we pick up in the vicinity of 250 to 700. So the midpoint's usually 300 anyway. And if you do use the line of credit, like usually line of credit, you can actually use that as multiple deposits for multiple properties. So like if you bought a property hypothetically for like 350,000 and you do a 10% or a 20% deposit, like a 600K line of credit, you've got enough deposits to buy like 6, 7. Start off with one, see how you go, and usually people get more comfortable with the process. They see the rental income start coming in, and they'll, before you know it, they'll buy the second one in a month or two or whenever's good for them. The three strategies, as I'm sure you know, buying properties that are under what they're worth with a good rental return and in a metro area. Like if you stick to the three keys, least risky way to essentially invest. It's the most, because if you bought property, let's say it's 300, if you buy it for 300,000 and it was originally worth 350, 360, well then even if something happened in the market and they came back by 10 or 20%, well you've still bought 10 or 20% under what it was worth to begin with. Undervalued properties is one thing. Like interest rates only affect the the cash on like the yield. They don't affect obviously under market value. Like no matter what, a person will always have to sell a property. So buying property under market value usually boils down to two main things, which is property being sold, time constraint, such as a divorce, death, legal situation, stress sale, whatever it is. The other factor is usually like what I call accessibility. So there's a tenant in there and it's hard to sell the property because there's a tenant in that particular property right now. In good markets, bad markets, high interest rates, low interest rates, there's always people that need to sell urgently, and you might have like 5 or 10% of properties that need to sell. But interest rates, the only thing that affects is really a return, because it just makes obviously your payments higher. But in saying that, especially in that affordable bracket, properties between 250,000 to like 600,000, especially in like your Brisbane or your Perth, rental yield are phenomenal. So you can still get neutral to positive cash flow even with the higher interest rates at the moment.